Do you know that sometimes a person makes such a mistake that puts not only them, but also their family in danger? It doesn't matter whether the mistake was intentional or unintentional. What matters is that if it's not corrected in time or no action is taken, the consequences can be disastrous. This is the story of such an incident that left an entire village in shock. No one could believe that such a serious crime could take place in broad daylight within someone's home. Even questions about law and order began to arise. Hello friends, how are you all? Today, we are going to discuss the Chandila family case. The story begins in the Faridabad district of Haryana, in a village called Jasana, under the jurisdiction of the Chandila police station. However, this village is more like a small town. In this village, there was a 3-story house where a couple lived during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The couple was Sukhbir Chandila and his wife, Monika Chandila. Sukhbir originally hailed from Sector 21 of Faridabad, while Monika's family lived in the same village, Jasana. A few years before, Sukhbir had purchased a plot in Jasana and built a house there, where he and Monika resided. Monika's parents lived nearby. Sukhbir ran a company that manufactured liquid filling machines with his brothers, and it was thriving. Monika's father managed a successful dairy business in the village. Both families were affluent and respected in the area. Monika had a daily routine of visiting her father's dairy farm to fetch milk. If she couldn't go, her younger brother, Manish, would deliver the milk to her house. Their families were closely connected, and visits between their homes were frequent. On August 11, 2020, during the nationwide COVID-19 lockdown, Monika didn't go to the dairy farm as usual. Her father waited for her, thinking she might have been delayed. As evening turned into night, all the customers who came to buy milk had left, but Monika hadn't shown up. Her father assumed she might be busy with something, so he set aside her share of milk, expecting her to come later. When Monika didn't call or show up, her father began to worry. He called her younger brother Manish to the dairy farm and shared his concern. Manish tried calling Monika, but her phone was either unreachable or switched off. He then tried to call Sukhbir, but his phone was also switched off. This made Manish uneasy. How could both phones be switched off at the same time? Around 9 p.m., Manish decided to take the milk to his sister's house himself. When he reached there, he noticed the house was dark, with all the lights turned off, and the main gate was open. This seemed odd for such a late hour. He called out to his sister but received no response. Pushing the door slightly, he found it ajar. As he entered, he turned on the lights and saw a chilling sight: bloodstains on the floor and footprints leading to one of the bedrooms. When Manish peeked into the bedroom, he froze in shock. His screams pierced the silence. He saw the lifeless bodies of his sister Monika and her husband Sukhbir lying on the floor, covered in blood. Their hands, feet, and mouths were bound with tape. Terrified, Manish ran out, leaving the milk behind. His screams alerted the neighbors, who rushed to find out what had happened. When Manish told them about the horrific scene inside, some neighbors went in to see for themselves. The sight was gruesome. The floor was soaked in blood, and the bodies of Monika and Sukhbir were lying there, with severe injuries to their heads. The news of the double murder spread like wildfire across the village. Manish informed his father and immediately called the police. Officers from the Chandila police station, along with senior officials, arrived at the scene shortly after. The investigation began, and what they uncovered shocked everyone. The couple was found lying next to each other. Their hands, legs, and mouths were bound with surgical tape. Their heads bore marks of gunshot wounds. The brutality with which this couple was murdered was shocking. Such cruelty isn't seen even toward animals. When the police surveyed the rest of the house, they found items scattered everywhere. Cupboards were open, and everything was in disarray. The police sent the bodies to the BK Civil Hospital in Faridabad for post-mortem. By morning, news of the incident had spread across the village and the city, creating an uproar. Relatives and others started arriving at the scene, unable to believe what had happened. Media personnel and reporters also gathered. The forensic team began technical investigations, collecting fingerprint samples from the scattered items. It was also noted that valuables were missing from the house, including gold and silver jewelry, cash, and electronic devices such as the couple's phones and a laptop owned by Sukhbir. Additionally, the CCTV cameras installed in the house had been destroyed. Monika's father filed a case for the murder of his daughter and son-in-law. 3 crime teams were formed for investigation, and the case was handed over to the crime branch. The police initially suspected robbery, given the missing valuables, but questioned why robbers would target this house, located within a residential colony rather than on a main road. Escaping from such a location is usually more difficult. The possibility of prior reconnaissance by the culprits was considered. It was speculated that this wasn't the work of a lone perpetrator, but required at least 3 to 4 individuals to overpower the couple, restrain them, and commit such a gruesome act. However, the brutality suggested the intention might not have been robbery but murder. This led to further questions: who could have enmity with Sukhbir and Monika? The police began questioning the couple's family members about potential enemies. They also retrieved Sukhbir and Monika's call records and examined CCTV footage from neighboring houses. Investigations revealed that the couple had been married since 2013 but had no children. They had moved to this house 2 years ago, which Sukhbir built on a 500-yard plot. Sukhbir ran a packaging and liquid filling machine factory in Faridabad's Badkal area, while Monika was a homemaker. Monika's brother, Brahmjit, shared that Monika would visit their house daily to collect milk. On the evening of August 11th, when Monika didn't show up, her younger brother, Manish, went to deliver the milk and discovered the crime scene. The police obtained CCTV footage from a camera outside a neighboring house. The footage revealed that around 1:30 p.m. on August 11th, 2 motorcycles carrying 4 individuals arrived near Monika's house. 2 individuals on one bike arrived first, followed shortly by the other 2. One of them carried a backpack. All 4 entered the house and stayed inside for about 40-45 minutes before hastily leaving around 2:15 p.m. with the bag. The post-mortem revealed that both victims had been shot in the head from close range with bullets likely fired from a locally made gun. Their bodies showed signs of resistance, with injuries from beatings and surgical tape still adhered to their hands and mouths. The police considered that the perpetrators might have some connection to the medical or construction field due to the use of surgical tape, but this remained speculative. Family members denied any enmity with anyone. The couple was described as friendly and harmonious with everyone in both their old and new neighborhoods. However, the investigation team noticed a critical clue. The criminals seemed to know that Sukhbir would be home on August 11th, a Tuesday when he usually went to work, but had stayed back due to stomach pain. This detail would only be known to someone close to the family. The CCTV footage provided a lead, but the criminals' faces were obscured as the camera was at a distance. The police believed this act was likely carried out by close associates who were aware of the couple's movements and vulnerabilities. The bike's registration number was not captured by the camera. This incident occurred in Jasana village. According to a neighbor, about 15 days ago, Sukhbir purchased an Audi worth lakhs of rupees. To celebrate, Sukhbir hosted a party, which could have sparked jealousy among some acquaintances, potentially leading to this incident. The police showed footage of the 4 criminals to Sukhbir and Monika's family. Upon seeing the footage, Monika's brother Brahmjit's wife recognized one of the individuals as resembling her brother. When other family members examined it closely, they, too, identified the individual as Monika's brother. This man, who lived in Wazirabad, Delhi, had been staying with Monika's family for 3 months, but left after Raksha Bandhan, which fell on August 3, 2020. The police identified one of the 4 men from the footage, and it was a significant breakthrough. A team was sent to question Vishnu, who was arrested on August 13th near the Faridabad bypass in Sector 29. Vishnu was trying to evade the police. He, along with 3 friends Sanu, Yatin Aka Chhot, and Kailash Singh Aka Kuldeep planned and executed the murder of Sukhbir and Monika. These 3 accomplices, aged 22 to 25, were from Meerut. Vishnu, who was involved in the liquor business, had met his friends through illegal liquor smuggling. These friends shared criminal tendencies, which led to their involvement in the crime. Vishnu lured them with the promise of loot, though his primary intent was murder. As Monika's brother-in-law, Vishnu was familiar with the house and its layout, including the placement of cameras. His familiarity gained him easy access. Once inside, they subdued Sukhbir by tying him up with surgical tape and covering his mouth to prevent him from shouting. Since Monika could recognize Vishnu, she was also bound and gagged. Resistance from the victims escalated, leading the criminals to shoot Sukhbir and Monika in the head with a country-made pistol. Following the murders, the criminals looted the house, stealing valuables, mobile phones, a laptop, and cash, and destroyed the CCTV cameras. However, they failed to notice a neighboring house's camera, which captured their movements. Upon interrogation, Vishnu revealed a shocking motive. On Raksha Bandhan, Vishnu's sister Monika's sister-in-law confided that Sukhbir had been blackmailing her with explicit photos and videos he had secretly transferred to his phone. Enraged by this, Vishnu decided to kill Sukhbir. Monika was aware of the blackmail and had argued with her sister-in-law over the matter months earlier. Further investigation revealed that Monika's brother, Brahmjit, was the mastermind. He had provided weapons to Vishnu after learning about the blackmail. Vishnu and Brahmjit executed the plan with Vishnu's friends. On August 11th, Brahmjit informed Vishnu that Sukhbir was home, suffering from stomach pain. Vishnu, accompanied by his friends, carried out the murders. Sukhbir's brother alleged that the accusations against him were attempts to defame him. He claimed that Sukhbir had earlier complained to Monika and her in-laws about receiving explicit images from Brahmjit's wife, which had caused tensions within the family. By August 18th, the police arrested Brahmjit and recovered 2 country-made pistols, 1 live cartridge, and stolen items, including jewelry worth rupee 2 million, from Vishnu's house and his accomplices. The case is now in court, with both Vishnu and Brahmjit facing life imprisonment. This story reflects how one brother killed 2 people for his sister's honor, while another had his sister and brother-in-law murdered, staining their lives with irreversible guilt.